Okay. No, because I went to literally go clean up after the dogs, and I come back, didn't even realize that I left the deck split like this. Come back to the other half facing downward, and the Six of Cups. Funnily enough, as I was like, I'm still channeling as I'm doing the dogs, and I was gonna say to you guys that like I don't know if this person is gonna reach out, but I'm gonna tell you a little bit of what they would say if they were to, and even if they don't, this is how they're feeling. So this person definitely misses you, that's for sure. Ooh, the devil card is such a jump scare sometimes. And under it was the Five of Cups in reverse. Okay, let me finish what I was gonna say before we get into whatever that means. I saw the Two of Cups, the Page of Cups, and something else in the middle of me shuffling. So this person definitely does miss you. They miss connecting with you. They miss something about how you make them feel. The Page of Cups can be a very like youthful energy. So they could feel just very childlike when they connect with you. Maybe they feel maybe they feel safe and comfortable connecting with you in a way that they might not even have had access to connections like this as a child. So there could be something that is like profoundly healing in their connecting with you, because we have this Six of Cups. So if this isn't somebody that you know from childhood, there's just a sense of fondness that I think this person feels towards you. Now I do think that this person would want to apologize, but they might not know how to do that. It's kind of giving like Beast from Beauty and the Beast. Remember, he gets turned into the Beast because he was selfish. That lady shows up on his doorstep, and she pretends to be a feeble old lady, and she comes in the middle of a raging blizzard, and she's like, please, I don't have any money, but I need a place to stay. And he's like, ew, no. I'm sorry to those of y'all that watch this with headphones. But he's like, no, you're disgusting, get off my front door, you know. And she's like, oh, word. And she curses him, right? And then he becomes the Beast. And she tells him that the only way to cure it is true love. So I feel like this person is kind of in that position right now, you know, where, because we had that Four of Pentacles, which can be a card of selfishness, but it was in the reverse. So I feel like that could be part of their regret. You know, they could be regretting that they felt that they were so closed off and withholding toward a person that they feel so connected to, because they would be looking at you as not being deserving of that, especially not based on how you make them feel, you know, how they actually feel about you. I don't think that that was being reflected in the way that they were treating you. So I do think that with this Four of Cups in reverse, that this person would want some sort of like a second chance. Um, if this is someone that you rejected, I'm kind of getting that they would have been the one rejecting you. I just saw 3:33 on my clock. Um, they could be feeling really guilty about that, feeling like they behaved in a way that even if they didn't verbally reject you, like the behavior was very cold. It was very cold. And I don't feel like it, again, it's just they really misrepresented themselves and how they were actually feeling. I think this person was very disconnected from their heart chakra, and it probably has a lot to do with whatever it is that they were responsible for taking care of. It could have been a lot of things and people needing their attention and their energy constantly, that it's like you coming around or you being in their life, they felt it okay to breadcrumb you. But I don't think it was because they genuinely wanted to breadcrumb you, but because they were just seeing you as someone they didn't have to give to. Okay, there we go. So everything else was more obligatory, and this would have been a choice. And I think that's why this person is feeling fucked up. Just saw 444. Um, I think that's where a lot of the regret is coming from. And I think they're thinking about this like obsessively with this devil card. Because I think it's getting to a point now where it's not healthy anymore, because now it's keeping them stuck and they're feeling bound. But this could also have been like any sort of addictions or anything they were connected to before that wasn't healthy for them, and that was also one of the things that they were giving their attention to. It's like whatever they were giving, wherever, whoever, whatever they were giving their attention to before, there's regret for the fact that like you weren't on that list of priorities. And I think there's been a slowdown and maybe a decrease in distractions for them, whether this is them choosing to disconnect from a lot, or just those periods that we have during the year where things are a lot slower. um it's like like whenever they get the opportunity to think, when they can process a thought and it has nothing to do with the things that they have to tend to in their day to day, it's like you and this whole situation that feels very unsettled. It comes to the forefront of their mind. And when they start thinking about it, there's all these feelings that come up. So there are the feelings that they just never really got to do anything with, because we had that Ace of Wands in reverse. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm actually surprised we didn't see the Ace of Cups in reverse, but like I'm getting that intuitively. Um yeah, so there's all the feelings and the words that they didn't say before. And then there's all these feelings of shame and regret and embarrassment that they're feeling currently, that they also again feel bound to, because it's causing that. It's like the uncertainty of what's going on right now is causing a lot of obsessing. This could be a person that suffers from like OCD, because this could be rumination, where it's just like constant thought loops and shame spiraling. And then this person starts feeling terrible. They start feeling like they're literally the beast from Beauty and the Beast. They start feeling like they're a bad person, because they feel really guilty. But again, it's keeping them stuck. All right, so the question was, is this person going to contact you? Accidentally kept the devil out. We don't believe in accidents or coincidences, so keep that in mind. You know what? Looking at this ooh, that's the Four of Swords trying to peek out. I'm gonna take it. Looking at the Four of Cups in reverse and this Devil card, I feel like there is like part of the reason why they're feeling so much regret is maybe they're starting to understand like the concept of codependency, or at least like what was fueling their desires before, what was influencing the choices that they were making before. And this could even be them feeling like bound either to a way of being or a particular lifestyle, habits, vices, behaviors, unhealthy behaviors, all of the above. And I think that's what caused this Four of Cups, the rejection. Because I don't think that based on like the lenses that they were wearing before, they couldn't see clearly. So they were being influenced by things. And I think maybe this person's sober now. I don't know. But whatever it is, there's probably been some level of healing that's gone on. Definitely some change, some transformation that this person has experienced, and it's causing them to see things differently. And that's where all this regret is coming from, because it's giving like, I wish I knew then what I know now. Yeah, Four of Swords for sure. This person has been alone, isolated. And so I think all that quiet has caused them to be in their head. But again, with the Devil card, it gets to a point where it's like, okay, now it's time. It's like you've learned what you needed to learn. And now, sitting around trapping yourself in all this guilt and shame and regret it's not going to do the situation any justice. So whether this situation between you and this person, collective, or for whoever I'm talking to, maybe I'm talking to the person that is experiencing this shame and regret, regardless, if there's any sort of hope of salvaging this situation, it's like the more time that you let pass without saying anything, it's not going to read to the person that you are feeling regretful toward. They're not going to be thinking that that's what you're doing. And even if you are, it's like, I mean, there is compassion and empathy and grace, to be extended to that, of course. But it's kind of feeling like this person's throwing themselves a little bit of a pity party. And I think that that's not in their best interest. So it's like, whether the situation is salvageable or not, I think they could create so much more peace of mind for themselves if they just took the step forward, so that they could either grieve this situation completely if it is a true loss and it's completely over. We saw the world in reverse, though. It ain't over. It ain't over till it's over. Or they can say something and a conversation can be had, and you go from there, because the situation is going to look different for everybody. What is this person? Interestingly enough, you and this person are mirroring. Because we already had the Queen of Wands in reverse before, and now we're looking at the King of Wands in reverse. So I feel like this is really interesting. There is something that the two of you bring out, like when the two of you get the opportunity to connect with each other, there's a lot of inspiration that goes on. Collective, whether y'all want to admit this or not, this person inspires you in some way, and you them. And so I think both of you, y'all are both on autopilot. This is so funny. I feel like both parties are really just trying to like keep on keeping on and progressing, carrying life forward. But I don't think that either of you are actually moved on. We have the Queen of Pentacles, so somebody is definitely a lot more focused on, again, what's accessible to them. They're focused on taking care of their health. They're focused on taking care of their money. Maybe some of you guys quite literally garden. Maybe you're plant parents. Maybe you're starting a business. Maybe you just got a promotion. Four of Swords, Queen of Pentacles is giving like, I go to work, I come home. I go to work, I come home, I relax. Again, with that self-care energy. I think you guys are really doing a good job at taking care of yourself. And again, we were saying that there's mirroring happening. So this person is too. It's like everybody's focused on their responsibilities and taking care of what needs to be done. But then there's just the neglect of that portion of yourselves that is brought out when the two of you connect with each other. And I don't think it's that you're each other's only sources of inspiration, but I do just think there's a level of, I don't even know. Like, it's giving Mr. and Mrs. Smith, like the amount of just chemistry and like sexual chemistry and tension and desire between them. Like, imagine if they separated from each other. Like, they were so magnetized to each other to the point that it was kind of destructive. So it's that fire. I say this as I literally have my candle going here, and look at the flavor, guys. Buttercream cheesecake. It smells so good in here. I love super sweet scents for this time of the year. Oh my god, anything pumpkin, cheesecake, apple pie. Give it to me. Okay. Desire. I think you guys desire each other so much that, like, all these things are connected to each other. So again, this is your sacral. So it's like when you have to disconnect from this person. Oh, okay. I get it. I'm getting it. Okay. This is so intense between the two of you. You don't even have to speak to each other. This is just energetically felt. But because both parties have shit that they have to do, it's like it's distracting to be thinking about and feeling, and like, I'm not even gonna say it. Bro, for some of you guys, I'm just getting like, and our readings never go here. Oh my god, do I have to put an 18 plus warning? But I'm just getting like this person thinking about you at work, and then all of a sudden, like, their heart, like, it's that bad, or at least it got that bad at a certain point. So this person was like, no, 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 no. And this could even be you guys too. Like the feeling is mutual. Like you're trying to wash dishes or something. And you start thinking about this person. Maybe some of y'all, if y'all had sex before, you start having flashbacks. Oh, 4:44 on my clock again. You start having flashbacks. Ugh! Some of y'all are getting the flashbacks of the chain dangling in your face. Oh my god, I don't even do spicy readings, but this one's going there a little bit. But I think it's because of how much both parties don't want to go there. So because you have to shut that desire off just so you can go on about your life and be normal and do the stuff that you have to do without being distracted, it shuts everything down in regards to that sacral chakra. So like passion, creativity, I think fertility is in there too. Be careful if y'all do link back up with this person, y'all. Yeah, it's like that, and it's so intense that it has to be tamed. And I think for you guys, I'm staring at this devil card right now. For you guys, like, taming it means shutting it down completely, because there isn't anything to do with it. It's not like you guys are in contact with each other or seeing each other to where it would be like, okay, you get that feeling, you go have it out, and then you just go on about your business. You can't do that. So I think it just gets so distracting and so overwhelming that, again, just to make it through, both parties have completely shut themselves down. I think this is creative. That's what this is. Y'all are sexually frustrated. Because I couldn't figure it out for the Queen of Wands. Well, we kind of figured it out. We had that Queen of Wands in reverse with the Three of Cups before. Yeah. I don't think either of you guys even realize that. That's why you feel like that right now. Because this is repression. Oh my god. This is really starting to make sense. No fucking wonder. Y'all are both sitting here repressing the desire that you have for each other to the point that you're repressing so much that you're feeling shut down and just like completely tapped. If this person is having sex with people, I don't think this person is. Because honestly, like, I think we're gonna have to put an 18 plus warning for this, you guys. Oh my god. Um, King of Wands in reverse, I kind of feel like this person might be struggling to get it up. And it's because they're desiring somebody. And it's very specific. Wow. This got really intense. Man. Okay. We got Temperance in reverse under that Four of Swords. This could have been this person's own sense of like internal imbalance. Okay, so they would have been looking at their life as being very off, just a lot of stuff that doesn't resonate with them, things that don't fit, puzzle pieces that just you're trying to force it and it doesn't belong there. And I think that that was something that they are, if they didn't connect before, they're needing to connect the dots, that that is an internal imbalance that's happening. So this is them trying to force their way into relationships and connections and jobs, um again, behaviors that just don't really resonate with them, don't fit, they don't belong there. So they're wondering why the world just feels like it's upside down for them, even though maybe this is the same world that they're used to being in. So they're wondering why they feel so much like that now. But I think you guys collected, you guys imprinted on this person. No, I think they're struggling to go back to life as they knew it before, because life is not what they knew it to be before. So I don't know if this person has experienced some sort of awakening. Um, but I think they're really struggling to adjust right now. Maybe that's why they're spending so much time alone in their head, because they're just trying to figure it all out. We have the Knight of Cups in reverse under the Devil. This could be somebody's insecurities, that they have like an unhealthy attachment to. Okay, so this is like, instead of this person being someone with insecurities, they're allowing their insecurities to kind of envelop them in a way where they've become an insecure person. And this could be from a trauma, this could be from like a breakup, this could be from like just a combination of different things that have happened to them in their life. Again, and a lot of it has to do with that, like forcing their way into situations, because the King of Wands can be so stubborn, so headstrong when it's in this energy that he's just trying to like power through and bulldoze his way. um it's like a door is locked and he's like, no, I'm gonna kick it down, and it's like, no, it's locked for a reason, it's because you don't belong in there. So somebody could have just, again, a lot of trauma attached to not fitting in or not belonging, to where they're like, no, you're not going to tell me I don't belong, you're not going to tell me anything, you're not going to tell me I can't do this, you're not going to tell me I can't do that, can't go here. um it is kind of childish and immature, um to where they're doing it anyway, and then they're going into these places and realizing that, like, again, that rejection was protection, and it was because they weren't meant to be there. So they should have just taken the no and gone to places that actually do accept them, gone to connections with the people that actually do accept them. And I think part of their regret now is that now that they're feeling so rejected from these spaces, and it might not even be these people literally rejecting them, but this is more of like an energetic rejection. And like I said, I think it has to do with awakening and just seeing life as they've known it. To their perspective is changing. They're probably not even feeling comfortable in their own skin right now, but that's because they got so comfortable in like someone else's skin, somebody else's meat suit. They were too busy wearing clothes and putting on hats that just never fit. But after a certain point, they got really used to that discomfort and it just became normal. And they were like, okay, this feels like assimilation. They forced themselves to assimilate and take on an identity that was not their own. And it's like, as they're coming closer to finding that identity for themselves, the first part of really figuring out who they are for this person has been figuring out who they're not and what they don't resonate with. So these spaces that they assimilated to belong to and force their way into, it's like now they're being energetically rejected, because they're getting that like wake up call and realization of like, oh shit, I don't belong here. I don't really want to be here. Why did I ever want to fit in with these people? Why did I get this job? Why did I go to school for this thing? Why am I in this relationship? So I think this person's having an identity crisis. And I think that's why they don't feel comfortable coming forward. Maybe they were realizing that a lot of the desire that they had for like maybe even certain people before came from a very insecure place. I mentioned this in a reading before. Whose reading was it? I think it was the This Masculine is Evolving reading, because I just rewatched that one the other day. And I was saying that this person realized that the people that they were pursuing before was because they didn't feel good about themselves. And so they viewed those people as being on their level. And I remember laughing about that in that reading because I was like, damn, I'd hate to be one of those people. Like, wow, you pursued me during the time where you felt the most shit about yourself because you were like, oh, hey, like me and you were here. No, so I think this person is realizing that. They pursued these people because they were like, I feel good enough to be with you. And there could be something about you, collective, that just triggers maybe some unworthiness in this person. But again, I don't think it's because they're not actually unworthy. See, this is the problem. Again, this all has to do with like this identity that they've taken on as being their own. That's really not. And there's a lot of repression. So this person could even be feeling like emotionally repressed right now. But it's because they are repressing themselves. They could fear being rejected by you because it would just maybe trigger their insecurities in like all the wrong ways. Maybe there's still some codependence that they're working through. This could even be like anxious attachment. You know, one of the things I was reading about the other day with anxious attachment is like trying to alter yourself to fit what you think the people that you're attached to would want you to be. So this person could definitely have struggled with that. And it's like they've altered themselves so much to the point that one day they were just like, who is this? Whose life is this? Who, like, this could have to do with the way they dress. But I think again, just has a lot to do with who they were connecting with and the kind of people that they felt comfortable connecting with. And again, this Knight of Cups in reverse and like Temperance in reverse and everything could just be this person looking up one day and they're looking at their inner circle and they're just like, what was I thinking when I befriended these people? Like, what do we actually have in common? Because this person, I don't think they feel connected to even themselves right now because they're struggling with who that self even is. And so that could be a lot of why, like, they didn't come forward or they're not coming forward anytime soon. You know, this person is working through some shit. All right, I didn't want this reading to be super long, so I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Last card was the Two of Cups, so yeah, I mean, I think they really want to restore balance in this connection. They want the safe space that they had here because they cannot connect with other people in this way. Because it's like they connected when they were a person that didn't know themselves, they went and connected with other people that also don't know themselves. You know, a lot of other people that are like stuck in survival mode, you know, disassociated, using different things as means of escapism. Um, I just had a whole bunch of habits that this person now is trying to shed for themselves because it just doesn't feel right anymore. I don't know. This is giving awakening, really. It is. Because I just think this person is looking at life and themselves and their environments in a way that they've not ever had to before. And I think it's making them really uncomfortable. I'm just getting like in this person's world right now, it just feels like the sky and the sun are on the ground, and like the grass and the water, like that's where the sky is supposed to be. Everything, it just feels like it's completely upside down. But this person is confused and they're like, I can't understand why I feel like that because everything is the same as it's been. All right, we're wrapping it up here though. We're definitely wrapping it up here. I hope that this resonated with you guys. If you want more messages that resonate with you because you feel like maybe these are not, make sure you subscribe so that we are sharing, so that we are exchanging energy in a way where I'll be able to pick up on more messages that are more specific for you guys because you will have joined my collective. Okay, join us. Okay. So like this video, subscribe, make sure you turn on my post notifications so that you know when we're posting and we're hanging out and we're chatting. And I will see you guys soon. Bye.